that to be our reality. You want to be free from your past. You don't owe your past anything. I had that conversation so often when I began to public speak, when I went out to public speaking. People were so passionate about saying, "Why I can't forget where I came from." I'm not asking you to forget where you came from or the things that happened with you in your past, but that is the past. It's over. You don't owe it anything. If that's not what it takes, we get confused in thinking that holding on to our past is a way of humbling ourselves or whatever. I don't know what the confusion is with people wanting to be reminded of where they come from, and it's nothing wrong with being reminded of where you come from, but let that be brief. Focus on moving forward. Concentrate on moving forward. Don't continue to talk about the people and the things and all those things that happened to you in your past. Yes, I speak my testimony all the time because it is powerful, and I'm grateful to be able to get in front of people and say the things that God has allowed me to survive. There's so many people with my same testimony who I know 100% for sure that are not here to tell their story. Some people I knew personally that were dear to me, that I love, that just did not survive it. And that's why I get in front of people and tell people the things that God has allowed me to make it through, but I don't dwell on my past. I don't owe it a single thing. I am not full of regrets or apologies or resentments or hate or hurt or any of that. I want to grow. I want to learn. I want to move forward. And I do not want the things of my past to be the thing that is holding me down, because some people die with that. Some people die with thoughts of the past holding them down. And I don't want that to be my reality by any stretch of the imagination. So I want us to be able to change today. Think about what change means to you in your life. Think about what transformation means to you in your life. Think about, are you changing? Have you been changing? What has the process of your transformation, what has that experience been like for you? Is it a pleasant experience? Do you like what you see? Do you like what you have been experiencing? Are you grateful for the change that you have been experiencing personally in your life? Are you changing in the right direction? Are you progressing? Are you moving forward? Are you elevating? Are you growing? Or are you just getting old and dying? I mean, how are you changing? And these are things that we need to think about for ourselves. I mean, by all means, we all have to get old and die. There's no getting around that, but we should be able, a lot of people don't embrace aging. And a lot of these young folks are like, I don't want to get old. I don't want to get old. There is only one alternative. You either grow old or you die young. I don't want to die young. My gray hairs, I embrace my gray hairs. My aches and pains, I embrace my aches and pains. I do whatever I have to do within myself mentally, so I can feel good, so I can feel youthful, so I can look youthful, so I can do whatever I want to do. As far, I don't want my body slowing me down, my physical body, where as though I can't function or do whatever I want to do for myself on a regular basis. I keep myself very active physically because I want to live a full life, but I don't dread getting old. Like, why is that a thing now? Like, I hear it so often. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. Like, what do you want to do? Like, you want to stay the same or you want to die now? Like, what are you asking God for? Like, why is this a thing that people are so stuck on not wanting to get old? It is what it is. I encounter older adults on the regular basis, and some of them age much more gracefully than others. Some of them, oh my gosh, are 20, 30, 40 years older than I am, and they are living their best life. I encounter people that are older than me and look younger than me. I'm like, wow, so it's amazing to me, but it's it's all up to you how you are going to transform in your life. What that looks like for you is totally and completely up to you. And some of us age gracefully, and some of us do not age so gracefully. And I believe that it all has everything to do what happens with us in our minds. Our mental attitudes is everything. If you want to grow and be fussy and whining and complaining about the fact that you don't want to grow older, you will not age gracefully. You will have wrinkles before you know it, because your face is always frowned up and you always complaining about how you don't want to get old. Just age gracefully. It can happen. I'm telling you, that's what I want my reality to be. I am not dreading any part. I'll be 44 years old this year, and I'm so grateful because on the regular basis, when I encounter people that don't know me at all, and a lot of people try to guess my age, they at least take 10 years off of how old I actually am. So I get 34 all the time. You're in your mid 30s or your late 30s, and I'm like, no, I'm almost in my mid 40s. And people are like, wow, that's amazing how you take care of yourself and your skin looks great and you don't even look like you are in your mid 40s. When I tell people how old my children are, the majority of my children are adults. 6 out of 7 of my children are licensed drivers. Well, I'm getting ready to take my 16-year-old daughter to the DMV so she can get her driver's license. She just, shout out to you, that's my baby. She just passed her driving exam, and I'm like, wow, I have just, my 11-year-old is the only one out of all my children that does not have a driver's license, and of course because he's 11. But when I tell people how old my children are, like that, they like, wow, my children are adults. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for where they are. I'm grateful for the accomplishments of my children. And I'm grateful for the fact that I can look back 10 years ago on my life and look at myself now, and knowing that I did not let the trials and tribulations of life pull me down. I know my life can be so much worse off than what it is right now. And in all reality, that is not what I want for myself. So I try hard, I work hard, and I never give up on myself. That's the main ingredient for me. So it depends on what does that mean for you. Like, what does your life, how important is your life to you, and how hard are you willing to work? What are you willing to do, not to only maintain a decent level of life, but to elevate and grow and move forward, and not allow anything in life to hold you down? What are you willing to do? Because I have and continue to go that extra mile. There are so many things that I have been very creative in my self growth and moving forward and doing everything that I possibly have to do in my power, so I won't live in the suffering that I have lived in my past. And sometimes I am reminded of my past. Sometimes those memories do come up of exes and all of those type of things, and the bad experiences that I had to have moving forward. And I allow those memories to be brief, and I take a quick glimpse at the then me, and I take a serious look at the now me, and I am consumed in the now me, in who I am now, and the transformation that has taken place in my life from then to now. And I am grateful for my testimony. I am grateful for the things that I had to make it through, but I am also grateful for where I am now today. I am also grateful. I focus on that. It makes me feel good. It makes me happy. It gives me the incentive to move forward and try harder and do better and make more accomplishments and achievements and reach more of my goals. And yes, I do get tired and all of those type of things, and I work hard and I do multiple things and all of those type of things, but when I look at it, it's all worth it. I'd rather do than to not do. And I want us all to be doers. I want us all to be doers in life, and I want us to be able to see the impact that it has of our own actions because of the things that we have chose to do in our life. So I don't want us to get stuck. I don't want us to get stagnant and all of those things that end up in a place in life where we just don't want to be. I don't want that to be any of our reality just because we don't feel like facing life and dealing with life and doing things that we know that we need to do for our health and for our mental health and for wherever we want to be in life, our financial goals and all of those type of things. Our spiritual connection with God. You know, you need a spiritual connection with God. When was the last time you said a prayer? Do something to keep your spiritual connection with your higher being. It is going to help you in so many ways. I promise you it will, because a lot of times we think that we have to go through things alone, or we have to go through this life alone, and it can feel very lonely at times. But when you have built or know that you are in a process of building a close connection with your higher being, you will know that you do not have to go through this life alone. You will feel the presence from your higher being with you. Your higher presence will show up in your life in multiple ways, work out miracles, work things out. Those same things that you are stressing yourself out on the regular basis, those things are going to be worked out. You have to tell yourself that everything is going to be okay. And in our reality, everything is going to be okay. Everything going to be all right. We just get in a habit. Somebody told me the other day, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we just talk about health and wellness all the time. Like, the majority of our conversation is health and wellness. We have that one thing in common. And he was saying something about, the doctor said that he stresses out too much. And he was like, well, I guess that's normal. Everyone stresses out too much. And I'm like, everyone? I don't allow stress to be normal for me. And that's just not everyone. And I know certain people that I love dearly that suffer with different physical ailments, that the only diagnosis of it is stress. And even though they're ill and probably have an irreversible diagnosis because of the stress that they cause themselves on the regular basis, that diagnosis is still not enough for certain people to stop stressing. That's enough for me. You don't have to tell me 3 times. Like, if you don't stop stressing out, you're going to end up being sick. That's something you only have to tell me once. I don't want that to be my reality. So I have to be creative in my self-growth and the things that I do on the regular basis. I don't want to be sick because I don't know how to stop stressing out. I would rather, instead of telling yourself in your own mind, and I had to give that person a reality check. I'm like, stressing out is not a normal thing for everybody. No one should go around stressing out about anything at all. Sometimes we can get confused with thinking that stressing out over a situation is a way of getting further in it or accomplishing something. Or stressing out is not an accomplishment. It's just not. It is not going to find you a solution because you have chosen to stress out about a situation for 2 or 3 days to the point where you're sick now, your blood pressure is going up, and all of these type of things. Some people end up in the hospital with aneurysms and strokes and all of these type of things because they don't know how to stop stressing out. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want that to be my reality, and no one should. So we had to take that out of our minds. Number one, stressing out is not a part of everybody's everyday reality, because I don't stress out about anything ever. Either it's going to happen or it's not going to happen. I'm going to do the things that I know that I have to do in my power. If it has something to do with different people, different situations, a lot of people that I know and love with my whole heart go through serious situations on the regular basis. They call me and talk to me about it. I pray for them and all of those type of things. I go through serious situations in my own life. but I don't stress out about my problems or anyone else's. Your life is not that much different than mine. We all go through some of the same issues. I ain't gonna say our issues are the same, but life shows up and we have to deal with life on its terms. I refuse to be the type of person that allows myself to stress out about anything. I do not want that to be my reality, and I had to grow to that place. I had to grow to the place of allowing myself to be stress free because I just did not want to live that way. So, I mean, I'm talking about transformation today, and I don't even know how I got on the point of stressing out because we grow and we change in different ways and we allow things to become our reality, and they have these negative effects on our life, and we don't even realize it's the things that we do on a regular basis that has these major impacts on our life. We gotta learn how to chill. Like, we just gotta learn how to chill. Like, you don't have to stress out about everything. You don't need to be smoking weed or drinking or whatever all the time just for you to calm down and relax. We have to get inside of our own minds and tell ourselves what we want for our lives and for ourselves. We know what the situation is. You know what the situation is. Your mama know what the situation is. All we can do is pray about it. Do whatever that you can do in your power to help your situation. And if it's things that you can't do that are totally beyond your control or out of your hands, then there's just nothing you can do. Stressing out about it ain't gonna help it. I'm just saying. So a lot of people allow these things to become their normal. Here I go with my air quotes, but it ain't normal. We have to find different strategies and different ways to get through life within our own minds and controlling our stress and our health and our mental health and constantly feeding yourself positive things in your mind, and all of those type of things is what's going to help get you through life on the regular basis. You need you. You need to show up for yourself, just like you know how to show up for everybody else. Who's there for you when you need something, when you need a hug, when you need somebody to talk to? If you can't turn around and see nobody or hug nobody, hug yourself. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Speak kind words over yourself. Do whatever you have to do for yourself so you can make it through these tough times in life. We can transform in a graceful way with all of the things that we have to deal with on the regular basis. We can still change and make change and adapt to the changes in our lives, whereas though it is not taking control of our absolute being. Some people just look stressed out. I'm like, come on, bro. Go somewhere, sit down, drink some water. This is not going to help you. Stressing out is not going to help you. Please get in the habit of showing up for yourself, because as you get older, your body is going to react to these things. Your organs is going to react to these things. Your heart is going to react to these things. Some people have dementia. Some people don't sleep at night. I know some people that ain't even 40 years old yet that is losing the function of their brain, like completely. So intelligent, degrees and all of these type of things, but you so busy stressing out that you can't even remember anything anymore. Like, that's ridiculous. People that don't sleep at night, they are losing their memory. They are depressed. People are falling under depression and committing suicide and abusing themselves, hurting the people around them that love them, and all of these type of things. And we are just living in a level of suffering that does not have to be taking place in our lives on the regular basis. And there is so much that we can be doing to control these things, and I don't think that we give light to that. I really don't think that we give light to the fact that a lot of things, a lot of our suffering is by our own hands. We can create our own suffering, and there is things that we can be doing on the regular basis that we don't have to suffer as much as we have been suffering even in the past years. Even if you have damaged yourself, I have done damage to myself, but I want to see the other side of that. I don't want to continue to damage myself. I don't want to continue to fall into depression or feed myself negative things in my mind. I was already abused by others mentally. Why do what I sit here and abuse myself mentally? It's time for me to grow out of those things and be the best version of me that I can possibly be. So transformation, that is the word of the day. Think about how transformation plays a role in your life, and how has your life transformed in the past recent years. What does your life look like to you when you look at it right now? If you had to capture it in a photo, what does it look like? Is that picture beautiful? Are you breaking out of your cocoon and spreading your wings and growing into what God wants you to be on the regular basis? Or are you stuck? Are you stagnant? Are you in suffering? Or are you destroying yourself? Some people self-destruction is a thing. And a lot of people destroy themselves, and they think that they have all the time and everything in the world to kind of pull these things back. But I don't want us to get to the point where as though it is too late for us to kind of pull these things back. And because sometimes a lot of us went too far gone. Even some of us go to the death of us. There are a lot of people that are in the grave who just foot slip too far that they can't. My mom used to say, you got one foot in the grave and one foot on a banana peel. You better get your foot off of that banana peel and get your foot out that grave, because one wrong move and you out of here. And that was the point of her saying that. My mom used to say some crazy stuff out of her mouth. But that's the reality of it. One wrong move and you're done. And how much does that mean to you? I know things happen every single day. Things that we cannot control, tragic accidents, and all of these things happen on the regular basis. But if there is anything that you can do to help lead your life in a positive direction and the way that you want it to go, what are you willing to do to maintain a decent life for yourself, or to elevate yourself from the dark places that you have been living in your past? It's time. It's time for us to learn. It's time for us to grow. And it is time for us to move on to bigger and better things in our life. This message is for everyone. I don't care who it is. Some of us have been stuck in the same suffering for way too long. You know what that looks like for you. You know what that means for you. You know the things that you have been neglecting within yourself, that you know it is time for you to begin to work on, so your life can be headed in a more positive direction. So think about it. Think about it. Do the necessary things that you have to do for yourself. I'm getting out of here. I have so much to do today. Good morning. God bless you. Shout out to y'all who is tuned into this live broadcast. God bless you. I love you. Thank you for your presence here. I am so grateful for you. Without you, there would be no me. I would not have the courage to sit up here and motivate myself all the time. So I hope that my words are effective and that you get something out of this. I don't do it because I don't have nothing else better to do. I do it because I believe that there is hope for people as long as we are willing to open up our hearts and open up our minds, live, learn, laugh, grow, whatever you have to do to please you. We do everything for everyone else. It's time for us to begin to do things for ourselves. We can help everybody else later. They ain't going nowhere. And if they are, let them go. But anyway, listen, I'm getting out of here. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to True Value Knowing Your Worth on YouTube. Also, go to Amazon, True Value Knowing Your Worth. My books are available and on sale. Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasure. Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness for those of us who want to focus more on our physical health. And my last book is called Religiously, and that is taking a closer look at spirituality and religion. In the meantime, God bless you. Enjoy your week. Be safe and look out for more motivational videos. I love y'all. God bless.